Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this, this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. Today's video we're going to be looking at MMTLP, where Pulte and Andrew Tate have been talking MMTLP, so huge development there. We're also going to be looking at GME, huge short volume and also a huge dip in the price, so predictions also in terms of what may happen in the coming weeks. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the markets. So first headline here from Bloomberg, we can see that the Fed is looking to offer a glimpse of a rate cut resolve, so hopefully this will be positive news for the markets. And in overall other news, we can see close of play, US did close lower. The silver price of silver also hit a 3-week low, and GameStop did close down in excess of 35%, which we will be looking at shortly. And in terms of the heat back close of play on the Friday, we can see many sectors were in red, including Google, Microsoft, Nvidia and Amazon. So finally, let's have a look at what we can expect in terms of earnings this week. Not a huge week for earnings, but we will be keeping an eye on Tuesday, where Oracle will reporting, Wednesday when we have Broadcom, and Thursday where we also have Adobe after hours. So before we get started, I'd like to add a quick reminder of the previous video where we looked at the letter from Ralph Norman and Pete Sessions addressed to Gary Gensler. So go ahead and check this out. This letter was dated June the 5th, so it is a new development. So what I would also like to do is give a shout out here to Bill Huizenga, who's posted with regard to Gary Gensler, and what Bill stated here is we're looking at the SEC's 90th anniversary with flashy taxpayer funded videos, and Gary Gensler should review the 34 Act, which required them to protect investors, maintain fair and orderly and efficient markets and facilitate capital formation. So strong words there from Bill. And what I've also done tagging in Bill is reminded him that Gary Gensler has also failed in his public duty to protect the MMTLP investors. So please refer back to the lack of clarity, depth and substance when questioned by Congress about the MMTLP fiasco. What now I'd like to do is have a look at the development with regard to the discussion between Andrew Tate and Pulte, and this was hosted in a space chat earlier, so we're going to have a look at details of that shortly. But what Pulte has also done is created a community group for MMTLP, which is now 1,000 strong, and what he posted earlier is, tell me what you want me to know. He was going to read every comment. He's also going to try his best to help everybody, but obviously no promises, and we do know that this is certainly a huge story and also a huge problem for the market that should be fixed and needs to be fixed. But he states here he can certainly keep bringing this story, pumping it out there and use the community to communicate. So go ahead and join this community. I've also joined it, and what I've stated here is your support for the MMTLP community is certainly very appreciated. And I think one thing I'd like to say is that I believe the MMTLP fiasco is much bigger than FTX and Madoff combined. But not only is it a US problem, I believe it's also a worldwide problem where investors like myself in Europe and also many others across the world have had their cash stuck for close to 18 months. So we are only asking for one thing. That is the truth, because once we get the truth, we will get resolution. I'm fairly confident of that. So let's now have a look at the group. So go ahead and join the group. I don't think it's going to be open too long. So if you can get in there, try and get in there as quick as you possibly can. And what Pulte has stated, he will be releasing his thoughts exclusively in that group. So let's now go ahead and have a look at the discussion that was shared earlier, where Andrew Tate attended the space with Pulte, and Pulte was discussing MMTLP.
There was this stock called MMTLP. I don't know if you've seen it, Andrew, but it was a stock ticker. And basically, as I understand it, it was a security that was listed, and the government, FINRA, as I understand it, shut off trading on it 2 days before it was supposed to be basically canceled. And what happened was, as I understand it, and this is all alleged because I'm getting into the details on this, but as I understood it, Andrew, basically the government moved this ticker out of basically circulation, and then the shorts didn't have to cover their shares. And so to your point about people rigging the system, is like, And these shareholders, these people who own this security, basically have been trying to get the government to give them answers, and the government's basically told them to fuck off. They don't know how many shorts there are in the company. They can't get answers from anybody on how many people were actually shorted. And as I've been told, the shorts never even had to cover. And so that's the scary part about this, is without the transparency in terms of how many shares are actually being shorted, how many shares are actually being fucking printed, and we don't even fucking know about it, without having that almost like in a blockchain technology where you can ensure that there's no fraud or abuse, you could see the situation happening again and again and again. And I'll tell you that it's like a cult like following that follows that one security that I'm talking about, MMTLP. And I think GME is like a cult like following. Is the people are fucking livid about this, Andrew, and they know something is wrong with these shorts. They know something is wrong with the lack of transparency.
And finally, let's finish off by having a look at ticker symbol GME GameStop. We're going to be focusing on 4 key things in terms of the previous week. We had news with regard to offerings. We're going to be looking at the truth with regard to earnings, what Roaring Kitty accomplished with his live stream. We're also going to be looking at the halts, conspiracy theories, opinions, and also what may actually be happening behind the scenes. And then finishing off by having a look at our prediction and some key points with regard to the potential price action going forward from Monday. So if we have a look at the close of play on Friday, we can see that the GameStop shares did go down approximately 39.4%, and it was the worst day for trading since 2021. So what was the reason for that? But first of all, there was news with regard to an offering, and this offering we can see here was for 75 million shares of common stock, and the new GameStop float will now be 420 million shares. So obviously they certainly seem to have timed that very well. So let's have a look at posts with regard to Canadian Jennifer, who's posted GME. It did seem like Roaring Kitty knew that the end of his live stream would cause a sell-off. So at the end of his live stream, we also can see there was also news of a trading halt, which we also shared. And shout out here to Roaring Kitty Tracker, who's posted that the bro is happy as ever. He's down $235 million on the day, and that is the biggest amount of confidence that you could see in a person. So again, credit for Roaring Kitty for obviously being the voice of retail investors. Let's now have a look at data with regard to Fintel. So I'm going to share with you the short sale volume off exchange provided by FINRA, and we can see here the latest data available for the 7th of June 2024. We can see the FINRA total volume, including FINRA's short volume, was 103,785,384. So that's the biggest it's been for a long time. So huge short volume there. But now let's have a look at the failed to delivers. So we also have a record amount of failed to delivers, and total value here according to FINRA in excess of 10.49 million. So something not very positive there. And I'm going to finish off by having a look at a post from Kevin Malone, who stated, yesterday in 50 minutes, Roaring Kitty proved he is not the cause of the GME price going up and also maybe going down, but there is not a possible case against him in any pump and dumps because he has not sold any of his positions. So again, a great point there. And the state of Massachusetts, FINRA and the SEC should now focus all their attention on the 100 million naked short shares yesterday and purposefully causing trading halts by sending block orders to lit markets. So strong post there, 100% agree with that. I think there are many nefarious actors out there. In terms of a final prediction for GameStop this week, I think it's certainly going to be highly volatile. I think we could see strong runs up again. It's one of those that is very difficult to predict. I don't see it going down too much, but let's see what happens. And I think there could be some interesting buying opportunities in the coming week, but certainly want to trade with care and also want to protect your profits where you can. So we're also going to be sharing exclusively with the Discord members today our weekly watch list. If you would like to get a copy of that, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.